Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. Second down. Well, last week he found his way in the backfield from that linebacker position for 4 tackles for a loss. Another one there first quarter.
Yeah, help me out because we watched tape together before this game. We were watching what he did last week. Did that field tilt in his favor where he was just running downhill to plays? It certainly felt like it, didn't it? It felt like it on that play as well.
Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Check. He's checking, he's trying to go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play, and 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Taken in at the 11.
Let's go.
The football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Watson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Here's Watson. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
On 2nd and goal, Watson.
You better be ready next time.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now it's Watson. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the...
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show mom that he gets to play in the game.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchdown. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their side...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations. Fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On 2nd down, Cook. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will.
Come on now, let's go.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one.
Just like that.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Check 15, check 15.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper it at 2nd and 1.
Let's go, line 50.
On second down, McFarland. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll give to Cook out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. That's complete. Hooper. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
15, check my 50. Check tight, check tight.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
First carry for James Conner. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right. To the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So now here come the Dolphins. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Watch Mike. Man, I got you. Man. Check 52 the Mike. Check ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to bounce that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Murray now on 1st down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Back to throw, Watson. And he's got Lockett. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And the pressure gets to him again. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray, he's got his big tight yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
They can't stop us.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. He'll return it from the 6. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock down and go to the locker room.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup? We won't put up a fight. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On first down, McFarland, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Murray. This is the tight end fan. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 21. Throwing on first down is Murray. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On 2nd down now, McFarland trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On 3rd down, Murray. He's got his tight end fan. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
From the gun, Murray. Escaping the press, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. A first throw for the backup Jackson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Noah Fant, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Here's Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively jars it free. No 1st down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position. 1st and 10. Jackson on 1st down. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Jackson now throwing again. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jackson. Catch made here by Campbell. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 25 yards that time. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Noah Fant A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after, right down the middle. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse. And I believe
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Play action. It's Jackson. Forced out to his left. He'll run it. Fighting his way through contact. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This quarterback now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Jackson going to throw again. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Andy Isabella, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Extra point splits the uprights. Back now in Baltimore. For the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things,
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. That's complete. It's Collins. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he goes out right around the 39. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. This time, Jackson will throw it. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33.
It's going to be a long day. Check 9, check 9.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Boom! Yeah, baby! Hey, hold on. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Yeah, yeah.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on, you're not done in the 4th. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Watson now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. It's complete to Lockett. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw is Watson. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. Watson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryant.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film. In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll run on 1st down. McFarland. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, McFarland. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Here we go.
His longest run of the game right there, and a pretty good time for it. A huge 3rd down conversion late.
Love the mindset. Love the way he flipped the switch late in the game, needed a big run, and helped produce it with great leverage from the offensive line. But you also know what happens, too. The defense stacks the line. So if you can break through that first barrier, there's usually plenty. Room to run.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by Derwin James. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Murray going to throw. This one caught by Isabella. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Marcus Davenport bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. To try again after the sack. Murray, he's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Andy Isabella with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might be over.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson, and finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Tyler Marcus. Incomplete. Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Watson. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Check 24, check 24.
One last throw here for Watson. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Dolphins, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.